Thank you both. I have a question for each of you, and then I'm going to open the floor for discussion. First of all, Yakin, I think your the value of fear is well represented in your presentation, because no one could ever accuse you of a bourgeois approach to these issues. You went right to power. Okay. Now, to return this to religion, I was looking at a chart the other day of the world's religions and who belonged to what religion. Roman Catholicism was number one. They had an increase recently in membership. Don't ask me where. Then, of course, Islam. And then Hinduism and secularity were tied. Now, this is something my eyes opened wide to realize that there are almost 1 billion people in the world who identify either as no religion, agnostic, or atheist. Agnostic and atheist is a small part of it, but no religion is a very big percentage of humanity. So now, what's the question here? The question here is, because we haven't really approached this yet, in terms of this competing struggle to shape human experience and human behavior, one of those struggles is between secularity and religion. And I wonder if you would like to comment on that, or if you would comment on that, whether you would like to or not. I have an easier question for you.
Oh, this is a very tough one. Well, secularity and religion, again, I don't think this is a new struggle, because what religiosity means has, just like what cultural values meant, is a site of contestation. And alternative expressions were always suppressed. And in the course of history, the political mechanisms through which these alternative means of expressing your religiosity or your non-religiosity, I think, was ensured with the invention of secularism. So I definitely see secularism the result of the struggles of people wanting to be different, the diversity. And today, secularism is totally put on the shelf because we are now in the age of the so-called clash of civilizations, as Huntington said, which is an unfortunate terminology because I believe that the struggle is still the same underneath. You know, we're still struggling for between the haves and the have-nots. But it has taken the form of culture in expressing these differences. And of course, the 9/11 has merely given more momentum to this and made this whole clash of civilizations a self-fulfilling prophecy. So we have a new enemy today. It's Islam. And within that struggle now, again, we are categorically talking about the West and the rest meaning Islam, and we've forgotten about the Eastern religions, secularism, and so forth. So today everything is sort of, the whole international relations fits very much into this duality. But from a woman's perspective, when you look at this carefully, it's really clash of masculinities. I mean, what was happening in Afghanistan with the intervention of the saviors? It was the clash of two alternative masculinities, the Taliban claiming to protect women from Western corruption, the American soldiers claiming to protect women from the Taliban villains. What about women, Afghan women? Did anybody ask what they were doing and what they wanted? And we're still not asking. Right. So women's voices are still very much suppressed because different patriarchal regimes are in fact fighting one another for power. And this is where I think religion plays an important factor. I don't know if I answered your question, but...
Well, you answered an interesting question. Your answers were more interesting than the question.